right? Because I have a
Yeah,
pool
and he was
tournament
trying
today.
to deep throat the entire pool cue, I guess.
I unscrewed the pool cue and used the big end for my throat just to see how far I can go. No, and I was there the entire night, pretty much playing pool. Okay,
So how
uh,
did you do?
okay. So I was and then by the end of the night, I was fucking owning. God
Mm.
damn, I need to be drunk to be in this pool tournament. I almost said porn tournament.
But getting back to that whole trip and shit, like what was it? 10 gigs of raw 4K footage. Like, how are you going to stretch that out to 3 episodes? Like minimum
that's why.
30-minute episodes.
All right, so
right?
this is an impromptu episode. I decided to do this as a test.
It's
I figured,
gonna be
why wait until after
physically
the fact
impossible
when
for that.
you
Luckily,
can catch
with what
Andy
we do
live
have, plus the
and
live
maybe
stuff,
sap some of his views
making
away
like a
from
little
him.
mini documentary is
So,
still possible.
yeah,
but that's not.
I'm just
going to
be recording over what Andy's saying, and I may comment here and there.
Is being refunded.
I'm not sure if anyone's listening to this. Let me just put this out.
Yeah, it's like,
I'm gonna
would
post
you
it
guys
on
rather
Twitters,
just keep it like Anita
and then post it in
Sarkeesian
the
and
Discord.
never put out your fucking
Just one moment,
tropes
please.
and gaming fucking series, or would you rather get your fucking money back for something you paid for that you didn't get?
That's the thing too. I didn't get with a lot of people. Most people were DMing me. A few people DM'd me saying to keep the money, and I was like, "Keep my money, keep my no." I'm not gonna do that.
And I'm gonna put this on Twitter.
Thank you for offering anyway. But
also, Andy might just copyright strike this.
The thing
so
is, there's some people.
That'll be pretty funny
like,
if he does that.
He's not gonna put out the 3 episodes, and he took the money, and then I refunded it, and they're like, "Look, he refunded the money."
Out there, good.
Yeah, what a piece
All
of
right.
In the same
shit.
tone. Yeah, what a piece of human garbage.
All right. Then.
No, there's just some people, they like right now you're the person to shit on. So like that's what they're gonna do. Is they're all gonna jump down your fucking throat. And then when shit is either forgotten or overcome, then they'll be sitting in the chat going, "Hey, I always believed in you, Andy. I always believed in you, man."
Trump Army of Kentucky says, "Why would a straight white male dye his hair purple?" To be honest, chicks dig it, especially black women.
Yeah, because they think you're an ally, as they say.
Oh shit! I didn't even think of that. Yo, black women, if you want black pussy, dye your hair purple, motherfuckers.
Or get a time machine and go back to the mid 1800s.
Oh,
provided you're white.
It amazes me how these two chuckleheads constantly think they're players.
Take that baseball bat and hit that.
As though
break that time machine.
Either of them are getting laid.
That shit up.
I suppose Andy is, but
there was so
not with anyone less than 200 pounds.
Your audience all the time. Geek is part of the problem. No, because I used to be on your guys' side. I did. I was your biggest fucking ally in this whole thing.
Oh, was your hair purple?
You
you don't have any hair.
No, I don't have any hair. But y'all niggas want to keep running your mouth. You wanna act a certain way. Go fuck yourself. Next time one of you faggots get fucking banned or fucking hidden from the chat, and you send me a fucking DM and go, "Geek, please unban me, help me out, please, Geek." I'm gonna go, "Yeah, I'm kind of busy." Nah, how about go fuck yourself?
Well, someone did say that.
Let's see if it takes the
reason, I think it was 5 Finger, whatever her name is, a Finger, whatever her name. She said that the black girls just think I'm gay and want to do makeup to get together. So yeah, that's okay. I'm ethically bankrupt. How, Lander?
No, that's what I call Cog. That's what he uses his. That's what he uses his donation thing for, and uses my picture. I cannot wait till somebody doxes his stupid ass so I can fucking post this picture off of everything and watch him fucking cry.
I disavow. know that.
Oh man, that's
Oh,
gonna get clipped.
You just created
That is gonna get
another
clipped.
3-part series on yourself
Good.
on his channel.
Let him cry about it. Let him cry, and then you can tell me how he's not mad.
No, he's wait. Didn't he? He did tell everyone. Okay, so.
Oh, you're talking about the one thing that I've yet to bring up. About...
And by the way, hit like to help support or dislike if you hate us. Go ahead.
Yeah, where it was like shortly after my docs
don't
got
do
out.
That. Don't mass dislike Andy's stream. That'd be mean.
He got himself involved in everything like he normally does.
Hey, he was involved in something that happened online. Oh, I didn't
he
know.
was involved in something that had nothing to do with him, and so I got doxxed or whatever. I was, I didn't handle it the best I could have handled it, and I was like fucking spurging out about it because I was pissed off, and but eventually I was just like, whatever. So what this dumb fuck does is he goes on his show. He's like, see, geek wants to dox. He wants to dox, and he basically goes through and shows everybody how to dox me and where to find my dox. It's like what an idiot.
Interest, geek. It was interest.
It was public interest, geek. It was public interest.
Okay, I'm missing something in the lore here.
Andy,
like,
called you a
why does Geek hate Cog so much? I don't get it. It's really weird. This is a really dumb move for him to be going with this route.
That wasn't on the doxing server.
Like,
we don't do that on the
Cog's streams have been doing phenomenally great compared to everyone else.
In general?
Yeah, and just
I have no idea either. That's what I'm trying to figure out. All I can think is that Geek is a petty idiot, and he likes causing drama as a means to boost his ratings. Okay, so apparently I'm getting a message from someone saying that apparently they used to stream together and used to be friends, but then they had a falling out.
Anyway,
so just the usual song and dance,
I was talking more in particular. He blocked you off of his chat, right?
Yeah. Like when I went to, I was gonna type something when you were on there. And because somebody had asked a question in the chat, so I didn't think it was going to get answered, so I was going to answer it. And then when I went to do it, I wasn't allowed to chat. I'm like, oh, okay.
Hashtag not mad.
Yeah, hashtag not mad.
And then he was breaking the server's rules for the Volition Network Discord server. Instead of posting his links over on the shill.
Yeah, he got his booty hairs in a twist about the fact that I banned him off of the fucking server, because before he used to throw it all in the shill, which I'm like, fine, whatever. But then he
me, that's fine. You could do it there, yeah.
Yeah, and
yes, I forgot to try and rewind. I am an idiot. I apologize for that.
3 days. I'm like, all right, motherfucker, come on.
All right, next stream for sure.
Like he doesn't know.
I'll remember. I'll even write a note about this time.
So
all right,
he's the type of person that hasn't afforded himself any leeway with me. So it's not like some other person that is just like fucking just happens to throw it in general. I'll go, hey, I'd send him, hey man, just throw that in the shill. Be done with it. But you want to act like a cunt to me. Like I have no obligation to fucking go, hey buddy. And I even put, hey, put your shit in shill, but he chose to ignore it anyway. So then I was just like, fuck him. I'm tired of him being around anyways. Are you there, Andy? Did you disappear?
Whoa, Kimosabi.
Andy?
Dead air.
I don't know what happened to his audio now. But yeah, that was about the long and short of it. I just basically just fucking banned him. Oh, now I hear you.
The internet was being...
This is such a simple show, yet they managed to fuck it up so badly. All they have to do is find some interesting shit and talk about it. But they're too wrapped up in drama.
But yeah, well, did you hear what I said?
They can't even talk about that in an entertaining way.
Well, no, he's originally posting in the shill, and to me, he hasn't really afforded himself much leeway with me. So, like, I don't feel that I need to keep. Oh, yeah, I wonder how.
Geek is such an idiot. He thinks he has leverage in this affair, like he has an army behind him or something. He's got nobody.
But yeah, so
even Andy's more likable than him. It's pathetic.
And just got rid of him. And then one of his friends was like in there like going, why did you do that? I was just like, I don't need to explain myself. You want to join him? I mean, fuck. You want to? I'm like, I don't give a fuck. You know, I'm God here. Like,
just don't break the rules of the server.
Yeah.
How about like that? That's a great. And then he was complaining about you banning him off the server, which I was completely fine with, breaking the rules constantly. And then he was crying about you doing that. Meanwhile, he blocked you off his chat.
Well, I mean, I got kicked from his server a long time ago. I didn't cry about it. I was just like, oh well.
And Sally banned me from her clubhouse, and then I banned her back,
like banning everybody with her ban list. And yeah, because she was a mod on his server, so I got me and a bunch of people got fucking banned off of there, but I wasn't crying about it.
My point is, though, you can't be butthurt about being banned off someone's server, especially when you broke the rules, and then do the exact same thing on your chat. It's like,
well, to be fair, he wasn't the one who banned me off of his server. That was Vamp.
No, I mean about the
about the chat. Oh,
chat, yeah.
I don't even give a fuck. I just laughed at it. I was just like, whatever. Fuck it. Who cares? Like, I'm not gonna cry about it. Who gives a shit? I don't want to talk to him anyways. What does it really matter? I don't want to deal with the guy.
Is the mic open now?
Yeah, I just gotta make some adjustments.
Yeah, it's working again. Yeah, so anyway, that's the COG segment of the day. There's no point in continuing talking about
the COG segment of the day.
But I'm really interested.
Even my show has more diverse topics than that.
Earlier, did you see this yet?
Oh, of PewDiePie. I think this was the synagogue guy.
So yeah, the synagogue guy.
the fella.
So Engadget did this. PewDiePie asks to end bribe meme after synagogue shooting.
All right, what's your take?
Synagogue shooting happened exactly?
Okay, hold on. Let me get some shit up here.
Yeah.
So are you gonna read through the article or?
I'm actually curious.
All right, so here we go. All right, so PewDiePie asked to end the subscribe meme after synagogue shooting.
Yo, it'd be so funny. You know, it'd be so funny if someone asks him, "Hey, why do you keep not subscribe to you anymore?"
Well, it seems like most of my fucking audience wants to fucking shoot people. I don't know. I'm tired of fucking being associated with dead brown people.
Yeah, that's not. I don't blame him because I saw one person call him a cuck for saying this. I'm like, I don't. The word cuck could be used for a lot of things. Dead people at churches, so much. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's not good PR to just like have a bunch of dead Jews or Muslims just. It's part of your PR campaign.
You know, when your PR.
I wonder if Andy's looking to become the next Sargon. Well, not really. He'd be the next Ralph in this case.
The murdering different religions thing. Yeah.
You should probably really get ahead of that disavowing.
Yeah, seriously, he should get ahead of. He's like, really? You think? Okay. I was just trying to. So he believes it should have been tackled. He should have tackled it a long time ago. Yeah.
Next Ralph, just without the fat. Not wrong. Like, I mean, there's very few differences between the two at this point, even though they've gone their separate ways.
Kilberg. Oh, that's even worse. People are dying and his last name's Kilberg.
So suddenly a large part of his fucking audience are like, Berg? Wait a second. Unsubscribe.
His name's Kilberg, guys. Woohoo! Funny, I'm a comedian.
Kilberg, that's not alright. Has largely left himself out of commentary on the effects of the subscribe to PewDiePie meme that has been circulating for months, but now he's weighing in. But hang on. Here's one thing. It's like the fact that people are saying that subscribe to PewDiePie had effects of murder. It's the murder kind of stole, you know what I mean? Stole the limelight of subscribe to PewDiePie, if you will.
Wow, what a
Well,
words
you gotta
master
say
there.
that, subscribe to PewDiePie so you can get your memeable moment before you fucking
Yep.
turn a gun against your head. You know?
And then buy some tendies. Am I right, Geek?
How did this guy ever become popular?
Yeah.
He wanted to host a comedy panel,
14 words.
and people felt sorry for him that he wasn't allowed to do it.
1488.
Man, just man.
Actually, there was this guy.
Don't at me.
Crab says this topic's a bit too above their IQ level.
Yeah,
I completely agree. I don't think either one of these is smart enough to really give a good take on this at all.
This guy.
I mean, it's not like any of their peers are either. So I guess
and he was talking. He was like,
even playing field with that.
This guy the other day, he was Jewish. Not saying that there's anything wrong with that. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, why did he have to say that? You had to yeah, he was Jewish, but it's fine. He's got to say that.
He's got a real nice rack. It starts off with a Star of David, and then he pulls it out, and then he racks the cue ball. Or he racks the balls with it.
That was one of the pieces of Star. The YouTube star has posted a video on calling on viewers to end the meme roughly a day after a shooter at a California synagogue referenced it in his screed.
In his what?
His screed. That sounds like a Jewish word in itself.
I don't.
Or scred? Is it scred or screed?
I would imagine screed. Let's Google search this word. What?
Yeah, we're learning. Yeah,
long speech or piece of writing. Typically, one is regarded as tedious.
Wait, how does that make sense in this sentence? Out of California, he told.
Yeah, these guys are not very smart. They don't know what a creed is.
Screed.
Well, he probably had a manifesto.
Oh, it does say
but they're trying to find a different way of saying it. Because the last guy that shot up that mob.
They're referencing him though.
I don't think. PewDiePie. I think you're better off just clicking the article yourself.
Somebody's saying, "Creed, you idiots, Creed."
Oh, it says it's Screed.
Yeah, it says Screed, and then we looked it up. Screed. It says a long speech or piece of a writing, typically one regarded as tedious.
The YouTube star has posted a video calling on viewers to end the meme roughly a day after a shooter in California at a California synagogue referenced it in his screed. Oh, you're right. So they're basically calling this guy's manifesto tedious.
Well, the last guy that fucking went and killed all those fucking Muslims and shit,
I do think
he was saying something like that Spyro the Dragon is what taught him about fucking.
Yeah, I think that I agree. I don't think Screed is the right word. But regardless,
racial diversity or racial diversity or some shit like that.
It's not interesting. It doesn't add any context or nuance to this. It's just.
I was wondering if this guy threw in Crash Bandicoot in his or something.
I was gonna say, yeah. I get my terrorist teachings from Crash Bandicoot, from old Naughty Dog games. Specifically the second Crash 2.
I live my life by Ratchet and Clank.
They're really, really trying hard to force humor.
Then I played Jack and Daxter.
that guy with the glasses called, Andy,
no.
they want their jokes back.
I should look up that guy's fucking manifesto and I should read some of that shit off. Like, we were sitting in a server one night, just reading it going, wow, this guy's crazy. Holy shit.
What the fuck?
Like, it was so sad. It was like, this, when you read that other guy's manifesto, you're like, this is basically the writings of somebody that shouldn't have done what he did. Like, he just doesn't have enough balls to do that kind of shit. Like, he's your stereotypical fucking incel that just fucking just stays at home and just gets browbeaten by his mother and like works at like a fucking Walmart making minimum wage, you know? It's just...
There was on Columbine shooting, right? Remember Marilyn
Manson?
Does
Geek have a single charismatic cell in his being?
Marilyn Manson.
It's like everything he says makes me want to go to sleep.
What was it, Marilyn Manson?
I mean,
like they were going after.
I'm tempted just to. It might just be wrong to restream. This is so bad.
Any type of like first-person shooters and shit. And
I'm imagining the CSI group that was there. They're like, look, we just fucking have a fucking PS1 case of fucking Spiral the Dragon. This makes a lot of sense.
The bit isn't funny. Stop going with this bit, Andy. You're not funny. Stop forcing this. Like,
it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, he was.
Can you believe there's videos of this guy attempting stand-up out there?
Like fucking Spiral the
In fact, I gotta take a little break from this just to. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna pause this for just a second. Like, gonna mute this for a moment. Let's do a little. Yeah, there's like, I mean, this guy once upon a time did try to do stand-up. Like, give me a second. Let me see if I can find it. Like, this is the weird thing. Like, way back when. LOL Snipe Cog next. We could do that. We might. Though Cog's kind of like the least worst of the streamers at the moment.
Like, we should all be happy because look at us. We're at a comedy show right now. And there's wars and...
I just want you to look at that. Like, let's go back a bit. Just, wait, this is not a good angle. Let's go back a bit. Okay, play. What happened to this guy? Like,
we should all be happy.
He looks so much better here. Like, nowadays, Andy looks just, like, it looks like a car ran over him these days. I don't know how else to describe it. Let's see. Give me a second. It's like, yeah, I think it was the cocaine. Like, it's really bizarre. Maybe the pay wasn't there and it broke him to the point of doing this. Yeah, I have to say that. But let's just play this bit out.
Because look at us, we're at a comedy show right now. And there's wars and people dying. There's children slaves. That's still a thing. Like, you know, we think our kids are stupid, and they are, because our 7-year-olds are learning how to spell the word apple. There are 7-year-olds right now in this world building iPhones. I can barely build an IKEA end table, and there's a kid building an iPhone. How do I sleep at night? Like, you know when you're looking at your phone and you're like, why is it taking so long to load? It's because a child built it. Our kids are doing 2 + 2 = 4, 2 + 3 = 5, and there's some kid out there like, oh, I have to solder this motherboard onto this mainframe so this touch screen works. Ugh, it's hot in here. One my ear. It's 6. It's messed up too, because like, you know when you're looking at your phone and it like fucks up, like the screen turns white for a second, right? It's because the kid who built your phone, while he was building it, he was crying his orphan tears onto the mechanism.
Yeah, another thing I just realized listening to this clip, like, he's in front of an audience, a crowd of people. He doesn't suffer any anxiety. He's happy. He's actually forming coherent sentences. Honestly, I don't even think the bit here is all that funny either, but there's at least a lot more effort here. There's at least a lot more genuine character out of this guy. And look at him. He's smiling. I haven't seen Andy smile like this ever. Something bad happened to him, man. Something really bad just happened to this guy. I don't know what. His stutter as well has been worse lately than it ever was. He's an absolute mess and keeps spiraling down all the time. Maybe the coke stabilized him. Maybe the coke stabilized his stutter. Oh, man. Way too long to make a joke, but again, that's just me, lol. Yeah, there must be something that changed. If you watch a video from 18 months ago, he's a different person. Yeah, like, let's actually look at his channel. Because, let's go back. Andy Warski. Warski YouTube. Go there. It's video section. Let's go sort by date, old, added, oldest. All right. I haven't seen this. I've seen clips from this movie, but I have no idea if it's good or not. What else is there? What else can we look at? Let's just tune into the stream real quick, because see if they've moved on.
My thoughts on what's been going.
Okay, they're still talking about the PewDiePie crap. It's quite frankly, it's boring. I can't make it funny. I'm not gonna be like them and try to force humor where I just can't do it. Let's see. About 18 months ago. All right, so maybe about 2 years ago. So let's go to the newest one that's about 2 years old and see what that's about. Preferably one where he's on camera, because that's the one I want. That's the image I want to see. Yeah, and these thumbnails alone, he looks a lot better too. Let's see. All right, I'm getting a notification. Give me a second. Okay, it's unimportant. All right. So I'm trying to look for that sweet 18 months part. Still in the 2 years range. Okay, so let's watch this one.
I know. Before we start, I just want to thank everyone for all the support, the recent support. Our channel is afloat.
Okay, this is a bit weird. Is that makeup on Andy's lips? Like, and then Chris Warski's lips too? Like, maybe this gay thing isn't a new sudden development with Andy. Maybe he's always been that way and we just didn't realize it. Like, why the fuck are these two grown adult men, presumably straight, wearing makeup? Is that a Punisher t-shirt? Like, the only people that I've known to have used the Punisher icon as a symbol of theirs are autists. Not exaggerating. Oh, okay. Yeah, you know what? Never mind. This is the least surprising thing about this video here.
Thanks to all the crowdfunding with Super Chat on our live shows and Patreon. I'll put the link down there if you want to donate to our Patreon. It will help support us.
Yeah, there's the bit of the stutter there, though. Like, I guess there are some traits about Andy that just don't quite go away.
Keep us completely doing whatever the fuck we want and fuck the advertisers.
How do you pack hundreds of years of racism, sexism, and misogyny into just 4 letters? C-U-C-K.
I was hoping she said C-O-C-K.
I thought for a second that it was cock.
Yeah,
it was like cock. Okay,
I was excited.
The video got slightly more interesting.
I'm like thumbs up, Fred, but no. It's a great way to.
He actually looks happy on camera. Dealing with Tonka and the IRL, even dealing with the gun, has screwed him up. Yeah, I would say that. Like, I would say you're correct, although I wouldn't put the emphasis on his shitty friends, which is a factor. Don't get me wrong, but I'd have to say it's more with the IRL shit. Like, he's constantly seeking more and more like dopamine fixes to like get himself amped up and such. I mean, you listen to him if you were tuning to the show. I don't know if you listened to him or not, that episode or not, but the one before last night's, I did a stream on Andy, and one of the things that Andy said is like, "Oh, I suspect I have ADHD because of it happens." Is he explains this chemical imbalance thing, which I don't really know if that's accurate or not. But according to him, he believes that he'll drink stuff like sugar and stuff like soda, and it'll balance his mental state. I mean, like, I guess if you're autistic, you gotta do what you gotta do, but at the same time, that's not a really good fix, especially since sugar really isn't all that good for you. I don't think Andy really thinks long term. I don't think he has a mind or a headspace for that sort of thing. And as a result, he keeps on falling into those really bad habits, like the cocaine stuff and the other drugs. Let's listen to a bit more of this, and then actually, wait, this is a good place to see if. All right, they may have moved on. Let's tune back in.
Yeah. I like how you use the word degenerate too. You know, dog whistle much.
But it's like, it's all right. They were white and they were veterans. Like, but if it would have been Jews, we would have had a problem.
All right.
Dragged into that. I addressed it on Twitter. I disavowed it. We saw that it got removed and donated to the park. Hope that was going to be it. I didn't want hateful acts to overpower all these amazing things that people were doing, all these cool and positive things.
All right, I'm gonna tune this out. Go back to this for a second. We'll listen to this a bit more, and then we'll switch back. Might do like a back and forth with that.
Don't ruin my afternoon.
I was just scared you're gonna call. Every time the intro plays, you stop it and say something. I'm like, can you just let it play through this time? We all know we hate it.
Yeah.
Just don't.
But I'm just reminding, in case people forgot, that it stinks.
Headache's getting worse.
If you've been online recently,
everyone's online all the time, Franny, you idiot. Sorry.
You might have noticed the word cuck being thrown around a lot.
Yeah. Just like the word, I don't know, Nazi.
Or sexism and racism and misogyny.
Yeah, if you've been online, if you've been on...
Oh, man. I mean, like, this is better material than what Andy usually does, but it's still lame. It's still the stupid anti-SJW stuff, which I got sick of that in 2015. It started to get tiring hearing the same talking points over and over again. It also got tiring realizing that a lot of these people who do these talking points don't know what they're talking about. Like, for example, a lot of the anti-SJW videos can be a lot shorter if you're just to cut out the little jabs about the little mistakes they made and stuff. Granted, Andy's just saying, well, this is just for the lulz, for entertainment. Which honestly, if you're going to do something like that, which firstly, it's 2019. Why are you doing something? Why are you ripping off of 2016's material? And I fucked it up again. I did not enable rewind. I am a complete idiot who forgets things like that. Again, as I said before, I will make sure, even if I have to take a blood oath, I will have the rewind feature on the next stream. All right, so yeah, there's a lot of this content that does not get to the point, just rambles on and on, and just it's complete waste of time. But with this, I mean, yeah, social justice warriors, they get upset over certain words while using other words more liberally. What are we doing? We're stream sniping Andy and also doing a bit of digging into him, looking at him in the past. He used to look a lot better. Like, seriously, I haven't seen Andy look this well ever. So, yeah. All right, so let's tune back into the stream, see if they've moved on from the boring article that's just so bad. It's such a bad choice for them that I can't get through it.
Decided to fucking scream out subscribe to PewDiePie while he fucking murdered people. Now I gotta figure out a way out of this fucking hole. And he knows. Wow. And he knows, like, he can't beat this. He can't make people stop doing it, you know?
So now he's in a hole.
Yeah. So, like, anytime somebody...
You know, I could have gathered all that geek just by watching PewDiePie's video, which I did. I don't need to listen to two chuckleheads going over an article analyzing said video and then giving their own hot takes, which are just more elaborate reiterations of what's being said by PewDiePie himself. That's another thing I have to say. I think that, like, you know, looking at videos like this and other moments where Chris Warski was in the picture, yeah, Andy could bounce off of Chris Warski a lot better than most other people. Like, I mean, I guess he had moments with JF when they got along where he was able to bounce off him well. Although, as we know, JF is a snake. And seems like, yeah, he was happier back here.
On MTV, you can see the word racism.
I think
thrown frivolously.
I think that's used more
than
fucking cuck.
I think cuck died a little bit.
I know, I did. We're all trying to use it just to be like, fuck you, cuck, but it's still not having the same effect.
And no one's really using it.
I know.
Nazi and racist.
Why aren't cucks offended?
Because they enjoy it.
I guess they're cucks. Yeah,
they're cucks.
I'm a fucking idiot.
Yeah, you're a cuck.
Yeah. Not to be confused with that male chicken.
It's cock. What? Who would fuck that up, Friday? You think this is an English, a grade 2 English teacher talking to us right now.
This was like you were trying to be Chip.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm not gonna play through the whole thing, but yeah, I just gotta say, Andy really does look a lot better, a lot happier here. Someone asked in chat, who is the number one degenerate, in your opinion? There is no number one degenerate. Like, seriously, they all suck equally. Well, not equally, but they all suck to a point where picking a number one just seems wrong. So, I don't have one. He still looks pale like he has AIDS, though. Yeah, that's true. He does. It's not like the happy Andy here, which is what I'm going to call this image that we're seeing. He's kind of like an evolving creature, where the more into YouTube he gets, the more and more like a vampire he becomes. And this is the paleness stage. I think right now at the stage he's at, he's on the I think he's on the festering disease stage of the vampiredom. I don't know if that's actually part of the lore, but I guess it is with Andy. So, also another thing I want to see is, does anyone know what happened with Chris Warski and the falling out with the financial stuff? Because that's something I heard about. I've been meaning to look at it, but I haven't been able to because there's so much stuff with Andy going on that you can't keep track of all these plot lines and characters that intersect with him. It's like people just orbit around him in a little weird way, like he's like a protagonist in this weird series. I don't think he's the main protagonist. I think that this story's longer than that. Anyway, let's go back to this. Oh, they moved on to a new article, so let's tune in again.
Are you there, Andy?
Whoa, Kimo-Sabi.
All right, so I guess I'll start to read it. The battle over top YouTuber's name... Oh, what? Hold on. Did you say something? I thought I heard something. All right, never mind. The battle over a top YouTuber's name making it is taking it to the sky. A plane flew over Lower Manhattan. Are you there?
Yeah. And this.
Now you're like super low.
Yeah, I was just saying. The day after, he goes, guys, please just chill out on that. Thanks. A plane flew over Manhattan with a giant subscribe to PewDiePie banner the day after he asked his fans to stop using them. Oof.
Yeah, I was starting to read the article. Like, so the article. Oh my god! Now I got like shit in my throat. The battle over top YouTuber's name is taking to the sky. A plane flew over Lower Manhattan on Monday morning carrying a banner that read, "Subscribe to PewDiePie." The phrase is part of the ongoing meme campaign.
All right, this is boring. I really don't care much about this topic. If I was to go into it, I'd... you know what? I don't even care to go into it. It's just too fucking depressing. Oh, okay. Axis Fiver says that was a bit harsh. That's my comment that I left in the chat. Well, let's see if they react to it.
Twitter on Monday. And what's this? Subgap said the @PewDiePie plane is flying. Hashtag thank you, PewDiePie.
Nah, he's not going to pay attention to it for two reasons.
PewDiePie's probably like, guys.
Reason number one, I didn't pay money for that, so he's not going to read it. And reason number two, the last time that, Geek tried to, get all macho and man up to me, he made a complete fool of himself. So he's not going to make that same mistake again. Like, he's not a complete idiot, it seems. All right. All right, let's look into Chris Warski, because I don't know much about this guy. The only thing I really so let's just give me a second. All right. I'm going to do a little thing here. All right, let's do an incognito window. All right, give me a second, guys. Okay, here we go. Let's look up Chris Warski. Oh, he has an IMDb page. That's interesting. Let me put this in the right window here. All right, so apparently he's a producer, writer, and an actor. He's appeared in the movie Dark Fist, which let's just read a synopsis of this so I get a better understanding of it. Dark Fist tells the story of Andy Warski, a desperate, depressed man who's down on his luck. When he loses his job, he plans to rob a convenience store. Instead, he gets himself tangled with an underground crime syndicate. He becomes the crime fighter known as Dark Fist in a world. Yeah, alright, so maybe I'll watch that, but I probably won't. He literally lists his YouTube videos and credits himself as the producer. Yeah, like, that's what most of these YouTubers do. I mean, hell, even that guy with the glasses. I don't know if they still do this anymore, but back when Blip TV was a thing, which I don't think it is anymore. Yeah, it's no longer a thing. Like, Maker Studio just bought it out completely, and that's gone. Which, honestly, it's a shame because it gave YouTube some competition. But whatever. They would list those videos on their IMDb pages. Honestly, I think that IMDb should have made a choice long ago to not include any of these nobodies there. So, alright. It's got all these producer credits, which seems to be the same. Seems to just be his YouTube content, like people said. This might be good to go to for a reference to see like where he's appeared with collaborations with other people and such. What videos he may have deleted that this page recorded. Stuff like that. But that's not really all that interesting. Oh, I never knew he went on the Ralph Retort. That's really... Huh. I did not realize that. That is interesting. Maybe I should find that one. But they'll have to wait. The real thing that I want to know is... I do know you need to pay IMDb to show your picture on your account. That's weird. That's a weird business model. But I guess if it makes them money, I really can't be one to judge them for that. Alright, so Chris Warski. And we will add the thing with, and we'll also add money. Okay, so here's the accusation. Give me a second. So here's the accusation. Let me see this. Going down this. Alright, so here Andy's claiming that Chris stole money from him, which, did Andy ever provide proof of this? Like, if this is an easy open and shut case where Andy has some kind of receipts or something like that, where he can just say, yeah, here's the money missing from my bank account, the man ripped me off, then, yeah, this dig's over in a nutshell. Although there might be more details that could be uncovered afterwards. Like, if someone in the chat or in the Discord can link that, great. If not, let's just keep going. Okay, I think this is a second accusation. Chris Warski had a Twitter, not sure if someone archived it. Well, that's not a good look for Chris, if he's going about deleting his public statements like that. He stole money and now is lying to make me look bad. You bait of fruit. I am calling him out like you would call people out. How would you like it if someone screwed you money and your business? Question mark, question mark, question mark. This reply to Devin Tracy from a deleted account. Let's see if we can find that tweet. See what he's replying to. Go to archive.is, put that in there. Nothing's coming up. I'll try Google Catch. Nope. Let's try archive.org. No such luck. All right, let's try method number 3. Take that tweet. We will go to archive.is. And we will put an asterisk next to it, and we'll search. Okay. So can we see the tweet? No. No, not even in this archive can we see the tweet. That sucks. Guess we're missing some context there. It's just going to be lost to the aether. Let's just screenshot of it somewhere. Oh well. Okay, continue on. There's a Kiwi Farms thread. I don't like doing this because it's kind of cheating. Because, you know, other people, they just dug on it already, so you're not really looking into other angles, but... And it's not really cheating. They're just making this public anyway. Let's see. Do they actually have anything about Chris Warski? Okay. They're talking about it, so this is relevant to the page. Let's try this. Chris Warski. Andy Warski, Adam Race Warski, Andy Perez, Warski Live, The Warski Show. Doesn't seem to be anything about the scandal about the money, though. Let's go back a few pages here. Talk about people that should get threads. Screenshots, they're kind of useless. Mega dump full of files. What files are these? Alright, moving down. Andy's trying DL live today. Oh, this is a bit after the Chris Warski stuff, so we're still kind of late. Alright, well, we might go back to this. Like I said, I don't like using Kiwi Farms necessarily. Let's try other leads. Okay. Andy Warski, bio, facts, family life of a YouTuber, famous people. It seems useless. Yes, he did delete. Let me try reading that again. Someone in the chat says yes, he delete it or something. That is a really, really awkwardly phrased question, and I'm not sure what you're trying to get at. I saw it during the beginning of IBS. I am confused. Can you repeat that? And could you rephrase that so I can understand it? I'm legitimately confused by the question. All right, well, trying to piece that together. You mean Chris Warski deleted his account like at the beginning of IBS? Well, that makes some amount of sense, but I remember Chris Warski still being around during IBS. So, although I don't know why I fucked up that sentence. It happens. All right. Let's go forward a bit. That's a funny clip, but it's not what we're looking for. So from looking at one of the threads, Chris closed their joint business account and guessed the split between them both. Huh. So apparently there was negligence involved, and apparently Chris didn't talk about that with Andy first. Whoops. It's really messed up. Okay, so we have a link to the thread. I'm going to copy that link, and I'm going to go to it. All right, let's put that in there. Go to site, yes. Okay. Okay, so is this post here it? Let's read it. He's quoting this Alex guy. From what I last heard, she still does behind the scenes and production shit for him. No idea if that's currently the case, but it was in a stream I turned into a couple of weeks back. And Chris Warski also said he's helping Andy, albeit in the same way, never appearing on video, but sort of in a producer and consultant role. If that's changed part of my ignorance, I would assume Chris is no longer part of the Warski empire after Andy's freak out with extra agent slurs over Chris emptying and then closing their joint business account. With the quiet part being that Chris transferred what he calculated Andy's share to be to Andy's personal bank account. Given Andy's general comprehension abilities, I am assuming this was him not understanding what I think this business partnership has run its course means. Well, apparently they had a falling out, and Chris decided to abandon ship. And on his way out, he took the liberty of taking his share and also giving Andy's share. And Andy took this as a sign of theft. And I don't really know details here, so I'm trying to figure that out. All right. Well, we were also stream sniping. Well, this has to be better than a Warski stream. Probably is. I'm just going to double check that real quick. We're going to switch browsers for a moment. Let's do that really quickly. Okay. All right. So let's just find that browser first and go to it. Okay. Properties. Okay. There we go. Let's see. Are they still talking about dumb PewDiePie shit?
Despite a call for the meme to end, Kilberg created or celebrated the banner flying around New York with his fans. He told viewers while streaming on DLive that he did not consider this a malicious use of the meme, adding to it's a nice little wrap up. Just to be clear,
wouldn't it be hilarious if the plane flew into a building like, right after he said it?
Yay! I love murder jokes. It's just so funny and original to have black humor of like random plane crashes or explosions that hurt lots of people. It's really ironic and funny. All right, we're going back to the Chris stuff because this is way too boring. All right, so I don't want to go to that. I want to go to which thread was it? This one? Yes, that's it. All right. Has Andy ever talked about it on stream? About the Chris stuff? Yes. All right, let's get that. All right, so I think this is a case where we're not going to find really any kind of online statement from them because like they had a very like close IRL relationship, it seems. So it's a case where we have to go by what they said about what was passed between them IRL. What they said online was the story was. So, and we're going to have to like sift through which of these two points of view it's more likely to be true, since I don't think we're going to get a definitive answer on this one way or the other. All right, so Chris Warski and Warpath. Let's try that. Andy Warski's going to get a real job soon. Andy Warski has a proposition for Mr. Medicare. Hi, I think I'm real. I never got why anyone gave that guy any time of day other than Andy to like, you know, kind of fight back against him, I guess, which is kind of boring. All right. Okay, so when did this happen exactly? Maybe then we can just surf through the videos and find out the stream where that happened. All right, so it had to have been in before the Tonka Saw stuff went down, and it was after Warpath began, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Someone has a link to that stream, that'd be great. But if they don't, I'll be able to track it down. Actually, let me see if one of the Clippers took a clip of it. Andy Warski, what was it? All right, Chris. Okay. What happened to Andy Warski? That's not what I'm looking for. Well, we got T-Clips. Actually, T-Clips may have actually just clipped it herself. So, let's see if I can find it. All right. Now we're going to go back a few months. Take a little time machine back in time. Chris. There's two Chris's, but let's just get rid of this from here and see what happens. Okay. Geek through the response to rumors. Thomas Ellington and Andy Warska clearly air. The kill stream offers to host Tonka versus Andy and the Kumite. You know, this is really annoying. There's always this kind of thing where you're used to find key, and then you can't get the other one, and it's just Really annoying. All right. I forgot Chris and Andy shield BetterHelp. Is that true? I mean, I thought Chris and... Wait, did they shill for BetterHelp? That's more interesting than this, than they're falling out. Let me look that up. I will still keep the falling out part in mind, but I want to see if... Oh, they did. They shilled it. Oh, okay. Well, if that's the case, I imagine they did talk about it in their show, so... The vid was deleted from what I saw. Oh, how about that? What flaming hypocrites then? Like, so why didn't Ralph talk about that? Why didn't Mr. Medicare talk about that? They should have been talking about that. Like, yeah, Andy, you at the very least, they should have said, yeah, Andy, you fucked up. Like, that's the very bare minimum they should have said. He showed emails, etc. between them. Okay, so I'm confused here. Like, what started the whole BetterHelp investigation? Was it Memology? I thought it was Memology looking into them. So did Andy just, like, ride a bandwagon when it suited him? And wouldn't have done that beforehand? That sounds like Andy, to be honest. Okay, so let's click this. All right.
Live. We are live. What's going on? Well, there's no one here right now, so wait till a few people jump in. So I don't want to be talking to myself. Probably not. I wouldn't even call it a war. In fact, I was like, I'm not even put the sign there because this is totally different. Because this is some serious fucking shit. Again, the people who were joining, some shit. I found out some shit last night. I was like, what the fuck is this?
I gotta also say about his appearance. Look at the. Wait, look at that. It's the same shirt. He's wearing the same shirt that he had in his other video. That was like 1,000,000 years old. But that's like, well, well, to be fair, he's not like, it's not like he wears this every day, but it just amazes me that we stumbled upon the same shirt again. And as you can see in the background, that was after he did his stupid handstand and knocked over some of the signs. Just look at his face. Just like, I think I found the time code. 3 hours, 24 minutes, and 5 seconds. Saw this from a thread, but not sure if that same time code for video you are playing. Okay, let's just check this one real quick. And no, it can't be this video. Let's just go back one. No, that's all right. What's that time code for though? What video is it for? Like, is it still the BetterHelp stuff or is it something else? All right, well, we'll look into that in a moment.
Live.
Let's see if Andy talks about it here. I'm going to jump ahead.
And also, I'm going to explain something what happened on Ralph's show last night. That was really fucked up. So I'm kind of worried about this stream. So if I just randomly vanish and I'm like, the fucking plug is pulled. He's like, oh, so you did a ad. Which, by the way, when that happens, when that you see some shit happening online about you and you walk into a room full of people, it feels like an intervention. You walk in, everyone's like, hey. I'm like, what's up, guys? They're like, hi, hey. I'm just like, have a seat. It's like Chris Hansen. You walk in. Yeah, you're going to have a seat over there. What do you have on me?
That was a very poor choice of words there with that Chris Hansen joke, considering layer developments. All right.
Anyway, so I sit down and what up, Mike's content? Thank you for the $5. Yo, what up, Andy Race Warski? How you doing? By the way, last 2 videos, I really brought back the fucking Race Warski. I was like, how could I just punch everyone in the face with racism? So yeah, so I sit down and they're like, hey, did you do this ad for we call it BetterHelp, right? Which, by the way, I was recording a video like this morning. I was gonna do like a compact video, but it was way too much happening. It was way too long, and so that's why I was like, oh, I'm gonna do like a video where I'm just talking.
Okay, so we got a link in here. Give me a moment. Let me take a look at this. All right, so Master Doctor found the video that he was talking about. All right. Back a second. Go to site. Oh dear. All right. So the thing about YouTube videos is that usually, even when a creator deletes them, you can usually find them because for some reason, they always get archived. Almost always. Like, it's not 100%, but usually they're out there somewhere. Okay, so, wow, that's really weird. That is really weird. Huh. Why was this blog promoting this video exactly? I'll look into that later. It's not really important. Just some random blogger. Okay. Dealing with depression and anxiety. World Mental Health Day. Let's read the description. Thank you, BetterHelp.com, for sponsoring this video. Affordable and highly convenient counseling support services. Get started with BetterHelp. And he drops a link. /Warski. You know, Warski would have gotten a lot of shit for this. I mean, maybe, like, he said that when he went on the Ralph retort, they kind of, interrogated him a bit, and they, like, poked him around a bit. But, like, they were going about, like, giving all these people shit for the BetterHelp stuff. And, yeah, they probably deserved it. Which, by the way, BetterHelp, you may have heard that it was shut down. It wasn't. It really wasn't. There was just some big hullabaloo about the way they were advertising it. And BetterHelp is still out there. So any of you people that had an issue with the questionable practices of this website selling what they consider to be counseling that really wasn't when you read the fine print, yeah, no, they're not dead. They're still a thing. They're still buying Google ads, in fact. Yeah. So anyway, just pointing that out. In honor of World Mental Health Day, we want to talk a bit about our experiences with depression, anxiety, and also how to deal with the symptoms. Wait a second. Okay. So, okay. I think Andy is a liar here. I think Andy is full of shit here. Like, it's probably true that Andy is mentally retarded. Like, don't get that part wrong. But yeah, there are people who think that it was shut down. It wasn't. People just forget things and think they go away. It's kind of like how people brag about shutting down Candid when the whole point of Candid was to sell it and then make bank off of it that way, and it worked. But like, look at this guy. He's like selling his mental illness. He's doing what all those other guys did, what all these other YouTubers did. Andy is also guilty of. This is amazing to me. Okay, I gotta find this video. I want a copy of this video. I want that video played because I don't think Andy deserves a pass for this at all. And the reason that Andy does not deserve a pass for this is because it's not just that he's advertised a BetterHelp service, because you could always say he didn't know or whatever, which might be the case. But he's advertising it by saying that he's depressed and has anxiety, and he doesn't know how to deal with those symptoms. And he's been dealing with this for a long time. Andy, to this day, has not gotten proper mental health treatment. Like, consider that. Consider this guy's pretending to have all these things, and he never used BetterHelp. He lied about this. He completely, totally lied to his audience about this. He probably, he lied about getting any kind of treatment whatsoever. The guy's a fraud. Like, so, I mean, it doesn't surprise me. Like, usually these guys are frauds, but damn, I did not know about this. I didn't know about, like how much of a, there's a lot of talk about merchants these days. Like, Sargon wants to push the meme smear merchant. Let him, by all means, let him do that. But if you want to talk about merchants, I think that YouTubers are the biggest merchants out there. And this is the kind of crap I'm talking about. This greedy sort of avarice that they have just to accumulate as much money as possible. It doesn't matter how they get it, just as long as they can squeeze the pay piggies out of it. Get an affiliate link to like a cancerous organization, yeah, sure, why not? Or donate, or lie to them about like your mental health and conditions, and put on this big face, like you put on all this virtue signaling, like that's the term they like to use. To go out there, it's just, it's just, Andy should have got more shit for this. He really should have. Ralph should have given more shit. Medicare should have given him more shit. All of them should have said, hey, Andy, go fuck yourself. Like, I guess they're just too biased to see it, but I'm just like, wow. All right, let me click this. See if this link gives it what we need. This is a playlist. It's not what I'm looking for, so I'm gonna. It probably had Andy's video at one time, but it's no longer there. David Kuksky. No, that's not it. All right, so another little trick I like to do. Get YouTube out of the equation, and let's see what other videos come up. Beat depression, anxiety with this 90-day biohack. All right, has the phrase we're looking for in the title. Odd thing I saw, do you really need EKG to see a psychologist? No. No, you don't. Andy's lying. You don't need an EKG test to see a psychologist. Andy's full of shit once again. Let's just pull that tweet up real quick. All right. I'm going to copy that link. And I'm going to put it here. And then I'm going to take that and I'm going to put it over here. Okay, that's great. I need a EKG before I can see a psychiatrist. It's same day walk-in to see the psychiatrist, but I need the EKG first because before I get prescribed anything. No. This is bullshit. Because, okay. Firstly, you don't necessarily need an EKG before you get something subscribed from a psychiatrist. I emphasize the word necessarily because I don't know all the ins and outs of mental health, but I do know that you can be subscribed for certain drugs and mood stabilizers. Based on analysis alone, you don't need like a full medical examination. Maybe for the drugs that Andy is looking for, he does, but there's a problem there. Let's assume that's the case. Let's just say that for the treatment that he needs includes some kind of drugs. Let's say Andy is wise to this and he knows this for some reason. If that is the case, then he can't know that he needs this yet because he has not seen a psychiatrist. Before I can see a psychiatrist, he says he claims he needs an EKG. No, you don't. Like, maybe for a particular drug you need EKG before you get that tested, but, like, not the way he's describing this. No, this is complete bullshit. He is lying again. That means that when he's been telling his audience, when he told COG, when he told Geek, when he told everyone that he's seeking mental health treatment, no, he's stalling. He's so full of shit. You know, let's go back to the stream real quick. Let's just do that for a moment. Unless you want to see me actually, let's take a vote on this. Press 1 if you want me to keep digging. Press 2 if you want me to go back to the stream and call Andy for this. All right, while we wait for that, just gonna look over here for a moment. Okay. 1 for keep digging. All right, I see a 1. Goliath may have his way, not just because he's so massive, but because he's the only one who bothered to vote. Okay, so we got another 1. All right. It seems people don't want to watch the stream. It seems like it's that bad. All right, yeah, I have to agree. I don't even think Andy would bother responding to that, to be honest. Because, you know, I'm not paying him money for it. So digging is more interesting than seeing 2 grown men trying to read a 1-minute article. Yeah, that's a good point. All right, so the main thing I want to find now, because this is actually more interesting than the breakup between Chris and Andy, is the video that Chris and Andy made about BetterHelp. Is it archived? Nope, this is not an archival site. This is just a mirroring. This is just a playback site. So there is no archive on this here. All right, let's keep looking. Okay. All right, most of these seem to be links to a playback of the video, which won't get us what we want, unfortunately. So instead of searching for the video by its title, let's just go Google Andy BetterHelp video. Now I have a funny feeling that the Kiwi Firms guys may actually have this archived, because I don't like Kiwi Farms because of Josh mostly, and because of like a lot of the community members seem paused, but they are good at archiving shit. I'll give them that. I got to give the devil credit where it's due. They are good at archiving shit. Okay. All right, so going down a bit. Let's see if we can. Andy, better help. Is BetterHelp a scam? Debunking Memology 101, Andy Warski. Alright, so this seems to be like an opposing opinion to this. And don't think I'll be looking out this time, but might look into that later. What I really want to see is the video. I don't know how it's done in the US, but pretty sure you don't have to get an EKG before talking to a psychologist, especially if it is the first time. Yes, you are 100% correct. There is no reason that Andy cannot go to a therapist of some nature, psychiatrist, psychologist, whichever. You can go to either without getting an EKG test. Andy is 100% lying about that. Unless there's, I'll put a caveat on that. I will put one caveat on that. Unless in the specific area Andy is in, there is some weird medical law, which he would be in like the Tampa Bay area in Florida. If there's some sort of law that he's referencing that like someone can get like an article and point out, go ahead and show me. But otherwise, Andy is full of shit. He's lying there. No doubt about it. All right, with that one exception. Okay. And by the way, I really doubt that's the case. So, let's keep going. Unfortunately, it seems to have been buried, if it still exists. All right. All right, guess we'll have to do it this way. Okay. Okay. Looking for well, it seems like the Kiwi farmers missed it. They don't have it, according. Here's a forum post on it. No, that's not quite it. Oh, wait, here it is. I wonder if there's any way that can be found. Now, here's a good question. Why didn't Memology call Andy right away? That's a good question. And I can think of two answers to that. The first one being that, all right, so there's two answers I can think of for that. The first one being Memology just simply didn't notice. He didn't think to look there, and he didn't find it. The second one, the less terrible interpretation, he knew about it, he stumbled across it, but chose some benign neglect, thinking Andy would turn around. Which, if that's the case, he'd be wrong. But if it's the latter, but I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt on that particular point, because maybe he just didn't know. It's possible. Like, things do get missed when you're researching something. I didn't know that BetterHelp, that Andy did a video promoting BetterHelp. But sadly, I don't know if we'll be able to find this one. It does not seem to be available. All right. I'm going to try another Google search for this. I'm going to search again videos. A couple of you are speculating that it might be Ralph's doing, which, yeah, that could be the case. I really want to find this video. Hang on a second. Maybe someone mirrored it on YouTube. That's something else that to keep in mind, is that people do mirror videos for YouTubers a lot. Well, it does seem people did, like, put it in playlists and the like. Now, hang on a second. I just thought of something. Get out of here. All right. He shared emails with the company, and Andy had been scammed by them himself. He was meant to be paid $200 but per referral, but was actually only paid $100, and Andy didn't notice until he checked his payment. Well, it's rather curious that despite him being hurt with financially, he only bothered to talk about it once it became newsworthy, once he could make a buck off of himself. I remember that Andy also did other promotions. Oh, another one I want to check out. Let me see this. Yes, it gave him a good comeback because his channel had been literally dead for months at that point. Yeah. I might be wrong, but maybe he did something with Candace. I remember he did a video against Candace Owens, or do you mean Candid? Let's look into that. Did Andy Warski do a Candid video? All right, let's look into that. Okay. Yeah, no worries. Let's see if I can find that. Let me see. That's one thing that's one thing that makes digging hard, is to get all the spam that's unrelated from what you're talking about for what should be a simple search. Andy Warski and Candid. Okay. Harmful
Hey guys,
be on this. Let's type in Andy Warski, see if anything comes up. Nope, that's also another thing. YouTube's algorithm also screws that up as well. Miss America grills V over ducking harmful opinions. Not related. Actually, if Andy Warski did do that, then we could probably find his Twitter. So we'll just do this. From Andy Warski, Candid. Search for it that way. Okay, so it seems that Andy did not search for, did not shill for Candid. That I don't see. At least I don't see any evidence of this initially. Might be worth digging into further. Actually, I think a simple thing to do if I want to find out, would be to simply ask Harmful Opinions. You would have no reason to lie about that. Although I don't even know if Harmful Opinions is still around anymore, so it might be a bit difficult to track him down. But there is another thing I wanted to see. Let's see. Warski College. Let's see if something comes up. He's around. He still streams on Twitch. All right, so an easy way to solve this one would just be to ask Harmful Opinions. He's done an autistic amount of research on the subject. Just want to try this. Andy Warski Promotions. I know there was other... It makes sense since Mimology was a friend of Ralph and probably ignored Andy for that reason, if that was the case. Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Like, there used to be a solid network that was formed around Ralph and kind of a little bit with Medicare, but he's kind of like just bouncing off people more or less. He wasn't like as involved. Like, he'll gladly take support from other people. He'll gladly like do small things for them, like appear on their shows or whatever, which is nothing. But he's not going to get. He himself is going to not get personally invested. Ralph, on the other hand, he loves networking because he knows it's an easy way to make a little bit of dosh. So of course he'd have a good network with Andy. He made good with Memology. I think he's still making good with Memology because Memology, for some reason, thinks he owes Ralph. That's part of the deal. Since Ralph helped Memology, now Ralph wants to cash in, and Memology's like, oh, okay, I'll be a good boy. I'll help you out. That could be due to a mirror channel of harmful opinions. All right, that could be useful in the future. It might be one of those two cases. So, also, I'm just curiosity's getting the better of me here. I gotta find out what if All right, we'll go back to digging in a second. I just want to take a quick look at the Warski stream. All right. They're doing stuff on Carl, and I'm not gonna bother with that. I think I want to do my own takes on that. Let's go back to this. Okay. All right. So another mystery about Warski that I want to look. Actually, let's go back to the scene if we can find out the mystery behind Andy Warski and Chris Warski. Okay. Give me a second. Okay. Let's try that. Andy Warski, Chris Warski. What is this?
It was all to do with that doxing shit again.
Oh, okay, about the doxing shit.
Yeah.
What about doxing? I don't understand.
What is this? Whatever. Oh, wait a second. Let me look at this. You know, that's the interesting thing about these kinds of digs. You find all kinds of interesting little bits here and there. Like how almost all the people that I talk about in the show were, at one point or another, they were in some way, shape, or form friends with each other. Very few people that are enemies to this degree on the internet were always enemies. There are some exceptions to that, obviously, but like in general, these people, yeah, like the blood sports people, the skeptic people, the whatever group you want to associate, they are all just one big ball of people just going for the same cause, quote unquote. Like some of them started because of Gamergate, some of them because of the political election. But yeah, you'll get crossovers like Kraut doing a video that's a clip from the Warski channel. So that was when Kraut had a hate boner for AIU. Now apparently they're butt buddies. That's how incestuous these people get. And I say apparently because I don't know the exact relationship between AIU and Kraut. I mean, Kraut seems to have eased off of AIU, and AIU might still think that Kraut's a piece of shit. I'm not sure, but they seem to have let off each other as time has gone on, even though Kraut was like, this guy should be arrested. This guy should go to prison for revealing someone's name on the internet. He shouldn't do that. He's violating someone's rights. Kraut has always been something particularly special. Yeah, that lasted a really long time, too. Alright, so let's just stick with the original. So let's not look into these other side tangents. They can always be looked into later. There's always more links and stuff to check out. So I'm just going to look into Andy Warski and Chris Warski and see who was right in that breakup. And one thing I didn't do for this dig is I haven't used Twitter yet. So let's try this. Okay. Might be the wrong keyword there. Let's try this one. Andy Warski, Chris Warski. All right, so. All right, found Chris Warski's Twitter, which that's what I can do with that since it's deleted. All right, as I thought. Love doing this. Oh, well, looks like we only got a few tweets. However, could just do this. Paste it there. Kill the capitals. We got one more tweet. One more page, that is. And this one was taken around the relevant time period. Oh, actually, no. It's a little bit off. It's taken 11th January. Actually, I'm going to do one more thing. All right, so just for a bit of an explanation, that might seem boring, but, you know, it's better than just letting dead air go on. Archive.is, archive.today, archive.fo, etc. They don't account. They consider URLs that contain capitalization in the URL to be different URLs. So normally when you do like this, when you put an asterisk at the end or the beginning of a URL, it gives you all the things associated with, depending where you put the asterisk, that have that in the URL with anything after or with anything beforehand. So because there's capitals involved, because capitalization makes things different, capital C Chris Warski is going to be one thing. Capitals CW Chris Warski is going to be its own thing, etc. So, in fact, we could be searching through all capitals all day, but we're not going to do that because that's I'm not going to bore you guys with that, and it's very unlikely that that was saved that way, and that's not what I wanted here. So let's just do this one, and there's none with that one. So, okay. To everyone wondering where I am still alive and not missing. ... Suit yourself. I support the new Warski format and everything Andy has done. Thank you for your support and concern for my well-being. That was on January 12th, 2018, way before the split between the two of them. So it's not really relevant to the dig for the most part. Go to this one here. This was taken on January 11th, 2018. Yeah. Pretty boring. All right. But at least we know Chris Warski's handle in general. Okay. Checking something real quick. Okay. All right, gonna go down a bit. All right, so nothing's coming up under Chris Warski. So apparently Andy never added him about this issue, because his last tweet to Chris Warski was on January 15th, 2018, June 18th, 2018, before the breakup. Let's try fraud. This is March 21st this year, February 25th, January 30th. That's over the drama over that guy who faked having cancer or whatever. Don't really care. Try stole, because we did find those tweets where he's complaining about Chris stealing money from him. Complaining that the channel Hype Break was stolen. Which, Andy, what's with you? Why don't you lock down your stuff? This is when he was accused of stealing money, which ended with him stealing money. Great job there, Andy Warski. Brilliant. I had those tweets up. I know I did. Yeah, so that seems to be the... I remember Andy making more tweets about it. Did he delete those tweets? It's really weird. Well, Chris Warski has a Facebook, but we need to send him a friend request to see his posts. Oh, man. I don't like looking up things on Facebook. Like, Facebook contains a lot of information on any kind of dig you do. I'm not going to be doing it for this one, but maybe afterwards I'll try to see if I can access his account, like, you know, see his wall and timeline and stuff. Maybe he made a post there. Oh, okay, so we got in the chat, Chris's new Twitter is the Chris Cortex. All right, maybe actually, maybe this might be a very, very simple thing we can do here. Sometimes, rather than just dig through, to find out what happened, you could just ask them. Now, there is a problem with doing that. There's actually a couple problems. For one thing, if you're trying to nail a guy with fraud, if you go and ask them, like you go ahead, you do a request for comment, you put on the white hat, try to be an ethical journalist. The problem there is that they're going to put their own people who are guilty of fraud, scams, schemes, and other sorts of shenanigans. They will lie to people inquiring about the subject to cover their own ass. So, for example, if you're asked Sarga about his Kickstarter, he's going to come up with 5 different stories, just as an example. And if you go, so the problem here is, which in a case like this, you'd have to keep in mind that the party is going to have a bias if you're just directly asking. But let's see if this is but our main concern here is for the present is this a new account or an old one? And it looks like this is an old one. So what seems to have occurred was, unless I'm mistaken about this, renamed. Yeah, that's what I was getting at. The Twitter was renamed to this one. All right, so let's see from the Chris Cortex, and we're going to type in Andy. See what comes up. Okay, he's addressing something about the new direction Andy went with. That's in 2018. It's April 30th, which is before the breakup. This is a little bit after. Try Warski. Okay, he's talking to Kraut, who's banned. This is gonna be a little bit harder to find out than I thought. All right. Joke about how racist it is. The Warski live show is. Starting gaming streams on the Purple Dragon. It's not helping. Did Chris, I'm going to check out his YouTube channel. Let's go there. This is a weird channel. Chris Cortex, Psychology, Social Science. He's talking about insects like botflies, which are indeed gross. And yeah, they really do lay eggs under your skin. Ever heard of a lynx scream? It's horrific. What does this have to do with the subject matter? Psychology or social science, though? I guess maybe people who are freaked out by these things. I guess that's how you can tie it in, but let's search, see if he said anything about Warski. No, he has not. This goes about page. Could view his email address if he wanted to. Why not? Maybe we'll give us a clue. Oh, okay. You know what? I'm not doing the captcha right now. Screw that. All right, this is a link to his Twitter. Maybe post something on the discussion page. Just realized you were doing videos. Good to see you doing your own thing. Insta sub plus bell. Thanks. I'm on a week break. Kind of sucks as someone has shouted me out and all you new guys are coming in, but no new posts for a week. Ha ha ha. New vid on April 22nd. Huh, so he did the rebrand sometime after. Oh, no, this is recent. Okay, my bad. I'm looking. I forgot to check the date. Okay. So this lead looks like a dead end. I guess the only word we have to go on is apparently Warski's. Or that is Andy Warski's. All right, let's do a simple thing and check to see what let's see if Kiwi Farms already dug this up. This is mostly Tonkasaw stuff, though. It's not really about the money between Chris and Andy. Okay. Now this is over the gay shit with the contract signings, with the stupid show that I hate to say it, but like there's a part of me that almost wishes that Tonka Saw kicked the shit out of Andy at this point. Almost. It'll never become a definitive. That's exactly what I wish happened. But looking at the shit that Andy's done, yeah, if he got his ass kicked instead of Tonka, it would have been pretty much the same result, because it would have just been one less dipshit on the internet, or one less dipshit with a reputation to spare. So it's kind of one of those unfortunalities here. All right, maybe it's an Andy's thread. Let's try this. Chris Warski, Kiwi Farms. Actually, we're going to try something a bit different. Chris Warski, and we're going to add search the site itself, kiwifarms.com. All right, let's try kiwifarms.net. There we go, much better. It's crazy when you think of everything that has happened to all these people with the shows over the last 6 months. Yeah, it really is. Like this kind of drama usually occurs in small doses with various people and players and the various communities, but this has been overdrive for constantly. Okay, so it seems that Chris Warski does not have his own thread, instead shares threads with other people. So this is going to be a bit difficult finding his side of the story. In fact, there's an interesting post that comes up right away. All right, let's just go right to it. Oh, man. Okay, this is why I hate Google search sometimes, but we can just do this. Look at the catch. Oh. Well, darn, I was about to say that oftentimes when you search for something, it comes up, you click on it, it has nothing there that you're looking for, no term you're looking for. Sometimes the search result is from an older iteration of the page that did have your search term. So what you can do is, if there's a little down arrow next to it, like is in the case here, you go to a cached page and open that new link. However, in this particular case, the caching isn't very good, and we get a 404. That's an error. This link does not exist. So yeah, that's unfortunate. Okay. All right, well, let's at least try to get Andy's side of the story. If we can. Let's try the two of them together. We'll look into videos. Huh. Oh, it still seems like... wait a minute. Oh, here we go. Andy Warski versus Chris Warski. And Andy Warski and Chris get into an argument about the ethno state. Alright, so we'll check this one out first.
I won't lie, like with JF, me and him had a good thing, and I enjoyed working with him. Obviously, he wanted to go more of the political side and all that.
Speed this up by 2.
I
mean, he's got to try and get his ethno state going, but Quebec is not separated from
Canada. I actually like legit ask you, because no one knows your view. Everyone thought you hated me for a few months. I've been hating
since I met you.
No, the topics.
Oh, sorry, that was different. Sorry.
What was your thoughts on what we were talking about? Because a few times you watched the show.
Oh,
right?
yeah,
But what we were talking about.
Yeah, you missed that. I kind of briefly touched that because someone talked about it. You're like, oh yeah, Adinjo donated and said, let's talk about the ethno state.
Okay.
So my thoughts on it, everyone wants to hear. I've said it before. I even said on Chris Dangerfield when he interviewed me. It gets tiring because if you do want to talk about ethno state, white ethno state, fine, cool, free speech and all that. I think we've more than cleared our position on free speech and freedom of speech. But at the end of the day, that's a pipe dream. Now they can do whatever they want, talk whatever, go for it. But to me,
implemented, though,
it would not be implemented.
If
it was not, no.
Let's say
that's what I'm drawing the line. There's no if.
You were fine with talking about fighting a giant black man and being like,
okay,
being
fine,
fair.
all right, fine, go ahead.
If a white ethno state, say you took over Florida, if it was implemented, would you care?
Probably, yeah. That wouldn't
I mean,
go
they're
well.
going to kick him out of Canada.
You're going to be putting a lot of juice.
That wouldn't go well.
I mean, you might want to go somewhere like a little more goalie friendly. Just
to implement something like that in the global connection. We're connected globally. So to do something like that is a giant step backwards in the existence of humanity. There's still places that do that in this world, but because we are globally connecting,
See, with the globalization of the world, I'm not down for that.
You can't stop it.
Yeah, but I want to.
Wait, what? You want to what?
I don't want fucking someone who has these culture values.
Yeah, okay, right. Neither do I.
Neither do I.
There are places in the world.
Okay, this is interesting and all, but I mean, it does show that like Chris Warski is a little bit more on the, I guess. I mean, it's really hard to judge someone in their political views just by a single statement, but he's coming across a little bit more on the progressive side by saying that, oh, well, you can't fight against the political globalization of the. Actually, no, he is making progressive statements right there. So it seems like the breakup may have had some kind of political thing to it over JF. Like, I don't think Chris Warski was on board with this. It's obvious that Chris Warski flat out said that he wasn't on board with JF at all. So that might have been some animosity as to why the breakup occurred in the first place. I guess maybe Chris Warski was willing to give Andy a lot of leniency, but at a certain point decided to just call it off. But the question, I still want to know. I still want to know, did he steal the money or not? That's the thing. I haven't been able to find a clue about this so far. All right. Maybe we can find a date as to when it happened. Maybe. Okay. Hang on a second. I think we may have found something. Warski Live. It's not the page I wanted. Chris. Okay, here we go. Let's click the. Wait a minute. By the way, this is why when I'm searching for things, I prefer finding like written things that are posts and stuff like that. They're a lot easier to find search terms and stuff like that. When it comes to finding when someone says a specific thing in a video, a lot of times you gotta listen to the whole thing, even if it's 4 hours long. That's really, really frustrating. And like honestly, a lot of times these days with like a full-time job and all, it's kind of hard to actually like listen through all this. Like trust me, like listening to like Sargon and Justicar talk about like, you know, a whole bunch of gay shit. And when I say a whole bunch of gay shit, I mean literal homosexual activity. It was just, ugh.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Warski Live. I didn't have the sign on. I'm like, if I didn't have the sign on, that would be a terrible intro. Probably just stop streaming, turn the sign on, and then start streaming again. All right. Now, just want to say this, and I want to know like why this always fucking happens. Why is Chris, the Asian, who are a lot of people in Asia, this is also including India, because Indians are also Asians, if you didn't know that. I learned that like 5 years ago, and I'm like, I didn't even think of that. Because you think of Asians, Japanese, Korean, fucking Chinese, whatever. And you separate Indian and Asian. But Indians are Asians. My point is, aren't Asians supposed to be fucking tech support? Nigga can't fix a mic for Discord. Every goddamn fucking time. Mind blown, Warski. Yeah, I know. My mind is blown. That motherfucking Chris can't figure out how to use a mic. He'll be back. He'll be back. He's always back. Always ready to suck that next dick, isn't he? The point is, I miss Chris. You know, it's been a while and stuff. He's been busy. He's been doing his thing, and he'll be joining us here and there on Warski Live. But if he can fix a goddamn fucking microphone. That's the thing with fucking, by the way, with fucking like making videos for some fucking reason. The magic of capturing images. Like literally think about right now if we didn't have cameras and then someone's like, I have an idea. We need to make something that can capture things that we're looking at and put it on the fucking screen. Right? That's what you're thinking. Where the fuck do you start? Honestly, the person who invented camera should have had his dick sucked every single day.
Okay, let's see. Let me just try to assess a few things about the situation. This seems to be around the time of the breakup. Seems like Andy has a lot of animosity about Chris, so maybe it's in here. And
it's my fear that he had some fucking bitch who's just like, oh my god, you didn't clean the fucking bedroom, you didn't make the bed. Imagine the man who made the camera.
This is on double
getting
speed.
Nagged by his wife. The point with this whole thing was the capture images, magical images of people and everything. Easy. I take that back. It would never cost me fucking what HD. You could see someone's, you could see of visual of the fucking cum dripping off the porn stars. Fucking reason. Microphones haven't figured it out. Easy shit in the world. It's like, I swear, you could literally like give a camera. Well, give someone who's been doing YouTube for 12 years a fucking microphone.
Oh, what happened to Andy's girlfriend Sinead? Well, turns out Andy is a degenerate, and he can't go without, like, he wanted to pork some chick at Knoxville. He couldn't just stick with this girl that he's been seeing for years and years. And Sinead was a bit of a porker, but he went out with someone even fatter and banged her, and she was a degenerate herself who liked to shove pine cones up her ass, and she also would like to hang out with guys like Gator and Coach Red Pill, which is really fucking weird. And Andy was really embarrassed and shamed by it, not just because he just settled with such a low sack of crap, but because he also cheated on his girlfriend. And Andy can say that, oh, it was an on and off relationship, all he likes. It was very evident that Sinead and Andy were at a point where they kind of resolved a lot of their issues. So yeah, the reason why Andy doesn't have a girlfriend anymore is because Andy's an idiot, and just he would rather be single, and he would rather just cheat on someone. And after that, he decided to make out with this 50-year-old woman, and yes, he live streamed that. And no, I don't feel like finding the clip for that, so I'm going to spare you all from that, at least for now.
Her phone. Shit hits the fan. Fucking Asians. Oh, yeah, math. Done. Oh, fucking, all this shit. Done. Kung Fu, backflips and shit. Done. Hey, plug in your mic for Discord. Can't figure it out. And he did all the drugs in East Vancouver. I wish. Can someone fucking invite me?
Okay, I mean, this is really unfair. I know from personal experience that microphones are the devil. They were made in the bowels of hell by Satan. In fact, I'm pretty sure there's probably a bull by one of the popes on this. So yeah, Chris having difficulties with mics, I shitting on him for that's kind of retarded, Andy. Especially when you just call him.
Oh God! Oh, I breathed that in. No, it's not Coke. It's energy.
God damn it! Just no, that deserves. Let's play that again. Go back a few.
Oh God! Oh, I breathed that in. No, it's not Coke. It's energy drink. And I just had a 3-hour nap. I can't yell. Oh, there he is. He's in the live room. Chris, I know. What? Wait. Hang on. Oh my God, Chris. Hang on. Wait. There. Hello? Oh, you figured it out. Miracle. I was just yelling at the audience. About, fucking cameras. You buy a $1,500 camera, works like a charm. You pull it out of the box, you unwrap it, you capture the fucking beauty, the magic of capturing images. Easiest thing in the fucking world. But God forbid,
maybe it's just I'm cursed, maybe it's you're cursed, but anytime we're dealing with audio, it never works.
About we filmed the Mr. M. You remember that movie? Chris, do me a favor. Last thing. Go to your user settings, because it's only capturing you when you're super loud right now.
How about now?
Yes. Go talk, say something IRL streams on your main channel. Keep your main channel for debates, yada, 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 right? Mm. So I was like, make a second channel.
And this is not this video I was looking for, but at least we know now that this is not quite it. So let's look through these videos here. Oh boy. All right, so we know that it would have to be after June 21st, 2018 because they're still on friendly terms enough to go on the same stream. Let me just zoom ahead a bit first, see if there's...
You can call her to her face. You guys don't fucking know the band.
I didn't call her for it.
I love you, Andy. No, you, Andy.
Okay, yeah, I know the stream. This is a stream where Andy invited a bunch of people on to, yell at each other or whatever. And, yeah, also, the sign's still up, so it's not been broken down yet. So we're a little bit too early in the timeline to have found the part where Andy and Chris broke off. So let's go up a bit. Post self-destruction stream.
And we're live. What's going on? Welcome to Warski Live. How you all doing?
Yeah, I forgot that Andy shaved his head. This is it growing back a little bit. I forgot about that. Andy's such a weird dude.
We're all doing great. Joining me today is Pop TV and AG Luck. What's up, dudes?
Hey guys, what's up?
What's going on? You're all doing good? What the fuck happened last night?
Well, you ate shit and went a little crazy.
No, but here's the bullshit is I did 2 handstands that were fantastic. Check your Streamlabs, boyo. was right there. It says butt plug. Was that the one?
Yeah, you just read that like twice.
No, is that a new one though? Because there's two. Wait, what?
Anyway, that was one from Streamlabs.
Yeah. Wait, is Pop TV having a conversation in the background?
I think his mom's giving.
All right. There is another thing I can think of here. That is going back to his Twitter. It might be easier to find Andy make a statement on this by searching for Andy Warski, going to videos. Just Andy Warski, just looking at the videos he uploads. Because remember, Andy likes to do these little Twitter videos to update people on like things going on. So he may have done one in the case of Chris. In fact, I suspect he did. However, we got to go to the right year. All right, we're still in 2019. We got to go back to 2018. Then, let's see. Okay, we're in the Octobers. We're getting somewhere. Try October, November 2018, the breakup. Okay. Let's try that then. Isn't there a way to search by month or year? Yes, I can actually show that right now. Give me a moment. You go to Twitter Advanced Search. The exact URL is this thing here. And it usually comes, or just this part really. I mean, though you do want it in English, but by default it is. And we'll just have it from this account, Andy Warski. And we'll make it so that way it's up until, since it's up until November. That way we'll cover our bases with that. Okay, and we'll search videos only. All right, so this is the Warski vs. Tonkaso video here. Contract signing video. More Tonkaso shit. Another thing about Tonkaso. The Great Skeptic Purge, Act 1. Yeah, it's not been overplayed card, has it? Although I would like the skeptics to go away. Like, you know, if Andy wasn't a retard, I'd probably support him on that one. Let's see. Go down a bit more. Stuff about Corinne, stuff about Rari Archie. Oh, look, this is when Andy and CRP were friends. You know, here's Andy. I'm willing to bet that Andy in recent times has shit on the shit stream, said it was terrible and stupid, which it is. I mean, just low effort stuff by Coach Red Pill shit posting, for the most part. Though I'm not gonna lie, as much as I don't like CRP, I really don't like that guy. I will say this: his video on Andy and Ralph being gay lovers, that made me laugh. That was pretty funny. However, my point is here, yeah, Andy probably just went from praising CRP for this kind of content to saying that CRP is terrible and the worst for this kind of content. All due to alliances. All right. Moving down. Enough with the Kumite and lies. Lucky Cthulhu. What's even ranting about here?
Okay, I didn't want to do this, but goddamn, I have to. Because every time I try to move on with my life, the Kumite, Tonkaso, everyone's trying to like hold me back, and now I see this bullshit that the Kumite did. Failure, my God, you lied massively. You lied.
Yeah, remember when Andy broke up with Failure and said it was a massive liar? Yeah, Pepper Charm rumors.
Massively about me. You know, Andy, he's doing his own show now where he forgot who actually helped him, who tried running a show with you. You said, oh, Andy's trying to run a show with me, and Geek got me kicked off, and now he's doing a show?
Okay, you know, like, there's a very, like, Andy doesn't have to address that at all. He doesn't owe the Kumite anything. He never did. Andy was already a big YouTuber before any of this blood sports bullshit. Tonka Saw was dependent on Andy. Tonka Saw was dependent on Bloodsports. In order for Tonka Saw, Failure, or any of these guys to be talked about in any way whatsoever, in order for them to be relevant and have any sort of clout whatsoever, it was because of guys like Andy and Jim. Like, that's just a fact. So them blaming him for that, that's just bullshit. So I'm not going to rip him too much for that, but just look at his face, man. Just look at it. Oh, man. Like, the nose, the eyes. Like, you could do like a... What's that meme? I can just have this in the background then. Give me a moment. Actually, let me do it this way. Hold on a second. I mean...
Look at this dude. Wait till you see the... No, 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 no. Look at the top of his head. Look at his lips.
I just can't help but find this funny. This is when he was trying to Shia LaBeouf it. Like, when he was going to beat the crap out of Tonka Saw, which, that would have never happened, by the way. Totally wouldn't. If they actually fought, Tonka Saw might not know much about fighting, but he knows a little bit. Just a little bit, and that would be enough to beat Andy Warski. Hell, I could take him, and I'm nothing. I'm really nothing. I could not beat anyone except Andy. I'm sure, absolutely 100% sure, that I could take this loser in a fight. The war has had a terrible start. I don't know. Some shit about, oh, this is the gay shit about the ARC rivalry. Yeah, but seems I can't find anything about Chris. Don't want to really bore you guys looking up things and finding dead ends. There doesn't seem to be much on it. Man, Andy's trying to be so serious in that Twitter feed. Yeah, that's another issue with Andy. He doesn't know how to roll with the punches. Like when Andy wants to, when Jim defends himself, he doesn't get super serious. He'll point out that people are pushing bullshit against him, but he'll do it in a comedic sort of way, or a way where you root for him. Andy doesn't know how to do that. Like, Andy just whines and complains for the most part. I get he's frustrated every once in a while. Like, you're not going to be perfect in, like, talking about this kind of shit, but still, he needs to... He takes things too seriously, and it really bogs and gets him down. So, yeah. And this is the Jay Dyer stage. I never actually watched any of the Warski and Jay Dyer stuff. Maybe I should, just to see how it would contrast with JF. Because, like, the funny thing about that is that Jay Dyer was the guy who triggered the Andy and JF breakup, and then Andy teams up with Jay Dyer. I don't know, man. I mean, it's like, Andy has had so many chances and opportunities to, like, keep going, press on, maintain his popularity and relevancy. But now he's so irrelevant that a stream that was supposed to be about stream sniping him would rather look into all his failures and fuck-ups than sit through a live show where they talk about news articles and not much else. Yeah. Actually, let me just go back to that real quick. See what's up. Hang on a second. Okay. Let's find that. Let's see if it's still on. Oh, it's over? Okay. Well, okay, there is one thing I want to wrap this up with. I wish I caught this while I was live. I didn't. That's a mistake I intend to avoid in the future. But let's... It's over? Thank God. Yeah. Let's see. There's a certain point in the stream that I saw that I noticed that Andy spurred out about that is going to be relevant in the future. Let's see. It was around here, actually. That's convenient. Oh, it won't let me play? Let's refresh the page.
Wait! About Dick.
Well, Ralph was being a true lady. YouTube is the only place I have a problem with.
Open about it? Wait. Sorry, I have to keep pausing. Like, I fucked Pinecone.
Are you at, did you say pause it?
To save your bandwidth, by the way.
Yeah.
Like how he used it'd be edited. I thought, oh my god. That is Drew McTighe. What's your favorite dinosaur, Andy?
I like T-Rexes, but I like Velociraptors too. It's a very weird question to ask when I'm in the
Pause
middle of
it.
Ethan Ralph.
Okay.
No, Carl, I did not order this video. This is a non-order. This was a surprise. This okay? Causality for 5. Press 1 if you think Andy didn't see a psychiatrist like he promised. This okay? Causality for 5. Press 1 if you think Andy didn't see a psychiatrist like he promised. It's called you have to schedule it. I'll let you all know because I'm going to see a psychiatrist.
What did I tell you? Like, if you say that you're gonna do something,
yeah, you know what? How about this?
And you don't do it immediately, you're never gonna do it. That's exactly what I said.
Yeah, just because.
Just like I said, there are people that are bitching that you refunded.
And listen to that tentacled carrier pigeon spin that story. Andy promised. He said it. You all heard him. Like, I'm certain all of you heard him. Like, I don't think I need to pull up the clip for this one. It's on his channel. It's where he said he's talked about his ADHD thing. It's where he said that, yeah, I'm going to go see a psychiatrist tomorrow. Like the next day. That was last week. Isn't that kind of weird that he's not... He's clearly lying when he says he's going to go see a psychiatrist. We know he lied because he said he needed this stupid test that you don't need to go see a therapist or a psychiatrist of any kind. Andy is a mental nutcase, and he refuses to get mental health treatment. And he can't stand being called out for it because it exposes him. He's claimed to have mental health problems all the way back into, like... Actually, that's one good thing we found that BetterHelp video find. I wish I knew about that sooner. I'm going to put that right up on screen. Let's go there. Ever since October 10th, 2017, he's been complaining about my mental health problems. Ever since back then. And he's done jack shit about it. And you know what pisses me off about that? It isn't that the guy is mentally ill. Like, that in its own is something that arguably he can't control. And for the most part, yeah, he can't control it. But the fact that he uses it as a shield. He takes the mental health illness thing, and when he does shitty, fucked up things that, you know, he chose to do at the end of the day, like, yeah, sure, like, he off his rocker, but he doesn't mean that he has zero choice in the equation. He can remove himself from the internet, from the situation. He cannot comment on something. He can not commit things like fraud or steal from a co-host because he didn't like something he had to say, or, you know, lie about embarrassing facts about himself, etc. All that, like, there's that. And also, he can just get treatment for this at any point. He's aware. He's well aware that he can get treatment for all the shit he's going through. And besides that, if he's the type of guy that, you know, he likes to be open about things, about, oh, my family life, and, like, how he was, like, raped twice, according to him, he should be seeing some fucking mental health. Like, there's no excuse here. You can't, like, no, this disgusting use of, oh, I was in a bad headspace. You know, actually, Monday Matt said that. But you know what? This is worse than Monday Matt, because Monday Matt is a shit weasel who used that excuse to try to get out. Yeah, no, actually, I'm just going to say they're both equally bad, because they both mean the same thing. But Andy's just using it more frequently. And Andy deserves, he deserves all the shit in the world for that. He really does. And, you know what? A lot of people have said this previously, but you know what? I'm going to say it myself. It probably won't happen. I'm going to add that caveat, but you know what? I hope. Actually, no, I'm not going to say that either way. But I'm not going to say it might happen. It might not happen. But I hope Jim does an internet insanity video on Andy. Not because he does. Well, two reasons. One, I think he deserves it, and two, I think it'd be funny if Jim did it. It really would. There's plenty of material here to go through. And you know what? If he doesn't do it, I'll do something similar. If Jim does not make a video on that, I'll either do I'll put this together a little something. Because honestly, it would be funny. There's lots of material here, and the guy fucking deserves it at this point. And yeah, so all right. I guess it's gonna be it for tonight. Kind of tired, to be honest, and I think we've been going on for 2 hours. It seems to be long enough. If I said anything on stream that was inaccurate, if I missed critical parts of the story, oh, you know what? One thing that I could request, like if someone could get this for me, that would be great. If someone could get me this video here that's in this archive, which I'll link it in the chat right now. If someone could find me that video, like if someone out there in the world has a copy of it, I want that video. I want that video desperately. I would really appreciate it. I would give them all the thanks in the world if they could find me this particular video. I'll search it myself. I don't know if it's still out there. It might be lost to the aether. It might not be, but if someone could find me this video, that'd be great. But aside from that, if I got anything else wrong, or if I didn't cover something that should have been in like the stuff I talked about / look through today, or if you think that like, or if just like, or whatever, go to my Discord. You can tell me about it. You can send me a message on Twitter at JMKACC, or you can just leave a comment in the video about that. All right, so that's it for today. This stream was rather impromptu, so it wasn't as like coordinated as the ones I usually do. I might do another one of these in the future if they go over well. I might not, but we'll see. All right, in the meantime, you all have a good night and take care.